Ladies and gentlemen, I greet you once more. Uh, I hope you had a nice day, and of course, also mine was good. As I promised you yesterday, that today we are gonna uh, look upon the house managers. Of course, the house managers, I really appreciate them. I I congratulate them for the work that they do. Of course, some of them uh, do work locally, others just takes an initiative to go to a far country that is overseas and work there. Of course, many of them they face challenges, and just a few of them that can be counted. They they come they come out happily, and of course they appreciate what they have been going through. Of course, first and foremost, before we or rather uh, I say what I have to say is that I want to congratulate each and every boss out there who is making it easy, who is making or providing all the means, all the accessories that are needed for the work of the house manager to be effective. Of course, once more, thank you so much, because you know they say that whatever you do under the sky, of course it will follow you some days to come. So I really appreciate you who are making life of these people to be easy. Of course, to those who are doing the contrary, of course, just know that uh, change change is constant. Of course, in this life that we are living, just expect that anytime change happens, and of course you can find that house manager that you are maybe mistreating, maybe doing nasty things to her. Of course, tomorrow you never know, she might be a boss somewhere and you meet, you know. As they say, mountains don't meet, but people do meet. Of course, those are again the house managers. I respect those people so much, and of course, uh, I feel so bad when I see uh, them being mistreated. Of course, even the other bosses go to an extra mile of punishing them like their babies. No, that is not good. Those ladies, they are grown-ups. It is like, you know, if you just want to know how they do feel, it is you assume that you are them. If uh, maybe your boss does to you something bad, how can you feel if you are that house manager? Of course, you have babies. They are young, of course. They are coming up. They will be grown-ups. Of course, this world that we are living, it is a small world. So, you know, what I'm just doing, it is just uh, putting out my views. But just know that the only thing that does not change is change itself. So, uh, and you find that house managers, they face a lot of challenges, and of course, when performing their duties, you find that uh, the lady of the house, of course, uh, wants to compete with the house manager. You know, She goes and brings each and every item of that is the makeups. She wants to look good, and of course she even goes to an extra mile of limiting the house manager not to buy such stuffs. Some of them goes to an extra mile of denying the house managers uh, their basic necessities, toiletries, uh, things like a toothbrush, what, they cannot use together, they cannot eat meal together, you know and that frustrates that house manager. She feels that she's not wanted. She feels that she's the only odd one out, But to those who treat them well, of course, your reward is coming. God is there, is looking, God is observing you, and is together with these house managers. Of course, uh, as a good person, as a good employer, of course, you are not supposed to leave all the work to be done by your house manager. Of course, sometimes just go an extra mile of assisting her in doing those chores that you have entrusted her with, and by doing so, of course, she will be happy, and she will appreciate you, and she will respect you even more. You get some employers even a day break, that is a day off. They cannot give uh, the house managers. Of course, can you put yourself in that situation whereby you work 6 days a week? Of course, a country like Kenya, we do work 6 days, of course, 6 or 5 days. Then the 2 days are weekends, But for the house managers, they do 6 days a week, and of course, the seventh one, instead of resting, uh, of course, you hold her to perform, to continue performing her duty. Remember, this is not a machine, this is a human being that you are doing all sorts of discouragements, and that is like an insult, So they say that whatever works for me, maybe it does not work for you. I agree that, but just remember that is a human being, a fellow human being, just like you, and she needs respect. She has some errands to run. Of course, if it is the groups, maybe she has a particular group that she has to attend. You see, give her that opportunity, that time. Of course, as long as you agree, she cannot disappoint you, And lastly, stop complaining about maybe she has done a particular mistake. Maybe that something funny is that if something wrong has happened in that house, somebody to blame is the house manager, which is very wrong. But in the conclusion of this content this evening is that is a human being just like you. Treat her well, give her freedom, that uh, she wants. Of course, not too much. She's just asking uh, just a little freedom, you know. And of course, you will see her even putting more effort, safeguarding your house, protecting your kids, and so on. But in contrary, if you do the opposite, that is when you see even the house manager does something crazy in your house, and you are surprised. You just ask, you start asking yourself a lot of questions, but it is because of your deeds. So change today for a better tomorrow. Today you don't know. Maybe today you are uh, maybe the wife of maybe something like a businessman, yeah, someone in a particular ministry, or you are having a good job and you are mistreating this uh, house manager. But one day the, the the deeds that you are doing, basically God of course has to give you your prize. Otherwise, uh, don't forget to subscribe. Continue watching the video. I will be bringing such encouraging and inspirational and motivational contents to you, and of course you will like them. Otherwise, good night.